Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick little reading to see how your person is currently thinking and feeling about you. With that said, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. And other than that, we have pile 1 with yellow mookaite. We have pile 2 with amethyst. And we have pile 3 with snowflake obsidian. Hello, pile 1, my yellow mookaite pile. Let's take a look at how your person is currently thinking and feeling about you. Okay, let's see. How are they currently thinking and feeling about the connection that the two of you share? Let's see my pile 1s. We start out with the Queen of Swords, the 8 of Swords, losing cards to the floor, too many. But it was 8 of Wands and Temperance, so let's throw them back in. We've got the 5 of Swords. And we have the Star. I think I want to pull maybe one more. And then a little bit later we will get some Oracle cards. Dropped half the deck, but we got the 9 of Cups before that happened. And I feel like this person... One thing that I immediately got from that Queen of Swords and 8 of Swords combo where we started is that this person, in some way, shape, or form, feels like you can see right through them. And I feel like that could be important because this person seems to be someone who's feeling rather fearful or anxious to make positive movement forward. I feel like that Queen of Swords, too, I always describe her as someone who likes to cut through the bullshit. And I feel like there's a combination of that could be taking place within this connection between you and your person. And I'll just list off some possibilities. So part of that, to me, could be indicating that maybe there's been a history between you and this person, or the two of you have flirted with one another, but they're not really making a solid move yet. So that you can see right through me can be more so of a, you can see my motives, but you can also see that there's something wrong with me that's making me not commit, or that's making me not make positive movement forward, or that's making me not express myself. So I feel like that's one possibility that could be taking place here. Another thing, as far as that you can see right through me, I again almost feels like has something to do with this person feeling like they are damaged or damaged goods, as I am hearing it. It just all in all seems to me like this person feels like you're someone who is very honest, like bluntly honest, somebody who constantly or consistently tells the truth, somebody that's very authentic, and somebody who perhaps does express themselves for better or for worse. And that might be something that your person is having difficulty doing. So it's kind of like that you can see right through me is almost like you can see through my anxiety, or you could see through my fears, or you could see through my self-sabotaging tactics or my self-limiting beliefs. And I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's kind of making sense to me, like the more that I talk about it. But I'm hoping that it does make sense for those of us who this is meant to resonate for. That's the strongest thing that I'm picking up on here. Aside from that, of course, is the romantic feelings that this person has for you. But like, let's just say, yeah, they have romantic feelings for you, but I find the beginning stuff way more interesting. But that's just a personal thing, I guess. But like that Queen of Swords, like I said, for me, it's bringing up that this person thinks you're somebody who's almost, like, let's say, honest to a fault. You're somebody that's very honest. You're honest with them, perhaps, about the way that you are feeling, or in general, you're just somebody who's honest and likes to deal with honesty. You know, you like to deal with honesty and truthfulness. Even when it comes to the star at times can indicate idealism. You don't want idealism, and this person knows that. This person knows that they can't charm you, the like kind of thing, because this person knows like you don't want any of that bullshit, or you don't want any even when it comes to like, let's say like lovey-dovey types of behavior. It's like you don't want this you want this person to be able to show you that they will show up for you. You don't want like the fairy tales and rainbows that this person could sell you sort of thing, or any idealistic BS, because for you it would feel like BS. Like you want this person to show you or to prove to you through their actions and even through their words, etc. and so on, that they're there for you, or that they can be supportive to you, or that they love you, whatever the case might be. Again, don't know if that makes sense or resonates with you, but that's something that I'm picking up on here. And when it comes to this person with that Queen of Swords, they're looking at you as somebody who, even let's say, isn't going to put up with their BS in any type of way. Like, you're not someone that's going to wait around for this person to come out of their shell. You know, like you're not somebody that's going to wait around for this person to deal with whatever way in which they feel like damaged goods. And a big thing for me perhaps has to deal with insecurities. Like you're somebody who's very confident, you stand very tall yourself. This person knows that you're not going to put up with them constantly doubting themselves throughout the course of this connection or throughout the course of this relationship. You know, like there's only so much bullshit, let's say, that you're willing to put up with. But if this person can't get their act together, you're not going to be someone that's going to hold their hand and teach them, let's say, how to love themselves, or teach themselves how to be confident or secure with themselves, etc., or whatever the case might be. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But I feel like this person looks at you, just let's say, as far as thoughts and feelings, this person looks at you as being somebody who's very strong, and also as someone who's not going to put up with their bullshit. Then we move forward to the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords, which to me is representative of their bullshit. Now, the Eight of Swords can certainly bring up something like anxiety, depression, other mental and emotional health afflictions. But the Eight of Swords to me is also going to reference that at this point in time, your person feels very trapped or stuck, whether they fear that they are damaged goods, whether it's their insecurities that they feel trapped by, whether it's something like a fear of rejection or a fear of opening up to someone else. They, all in all, feel rather trapped, and at times this connection might feel very stagnant for you, because this person's very much so stuck in their own head and stuck in their own way when it comes to making positive movement forward. Then we move forward to the Five of Swords, and we get a strong indication of this person, being knee-deep in self-sabotage land. This person doubts themselves a lot. This person's fearful of rejection that could take place within this connection. And this person has a lot of self-limiting beliefs that they just sort of seem to filter through. And I feel like even when it comes to that initial thing that I got from this, that you can see right through me, it's almost like this person doesn't, part of it could even be this person doesn't like to be called out on their bullshit. And I feel like that leads me back to this person thinking and feeling like you're somebody who likes to, it's almost like I get like stay within the lines, and that line is the truth. You're someone that's going to bring up things that might be difficult to talk about. You're someone that's going to be open and honest and expect openness and honesty back. You're somebody that wants to deal with the truth. Like you would have no problem saying to this person, let's say along the lines of like, what the hell's going on here? I feel like you would have no problem saying to this person, especially dependent on how far into this connection or relationship you are, you would have no problem being like, okay, why are we drifting away again? Or why are we self-sabotaging here? Why are we all of a sudden anxious to see one another or to speak to me? What's going on here? You're going to make this person speak, and you're going to want explanations from this person, because you can see through whatever like facade or mask they normally throw on. And I feel like that's something that's a little bit, I guess, let's say scary for this person, because you're someone who sees right through them, you see right through their BS, and you have no problem calling them out on it. So I'm not sure who this will resonate for or how this will resonate for you, but that's something that I'm picking up on very strongly here. So if that's not a descriptor, let's say, of your personality, then maybe this reading is not for you. And I don't get from that you're like pushy or demanding with this person. I more so get that you're somebody who's very honest and you're expecting honesty back in return. Not saying that for people who this does not 1000% resonate for are not always honest, but I feel like you're someone almost like a detective. Like, you want to get to the bottom of things. And not only do you want to get to the bottom of it, but like I said, you're going to call someone out. You want to hear their honest thoughts and feelings. You don't want to be given, when we move forward to that star card, you don't want to be given this idealistic fairy tale dreamland that this person envisions for the two of you, especially if they're not doing anything about the connection itself. And I feel like this person that you're dealing with at this point in time knows that. They perhaps know that you're done with whatever fairy tale they're trying to sell you. But they still can't, let's say, see past or get over their own self-sabotaging ways. And I feel like a marker, let's say, or maybe like as a bit of confirmation for people that are within this connection, I feel like for many of us, this person has, let's say, said what they are going to do, but have never really delivered on what it is that they say they're going to do. And that's part of the reason why you're done with this person's BS, because like I said, they're like, let's just say, I don't know, let's keep it simple. Well, kind of simple. But like, let's just say this person was even, let's say, like planning out this whole elaborate date, or saying that they were going to plan an elaborate date, or saying that they were going to do something really nice for you, like cook you dinner, or whatever the case might be. And then this person consistently never does that. So it's, to me, bringing up that this person's words at times aren't matching their actions. And they know that you're fed up with it. And they perhaps know that you're at a point where you're going to call them out and be like, hey, if we're not doing anything here, or if we're not moving forward with this, then please let me know so I can move on. But I feel like this person at times teeter-totters, and a large part of that is due to their own anxiety and their own self-sabotage. I also feel like this person does have romantic feelings for you with the Star and the Nine of Cups. To me, that's indicative of there being romantic feelings here, of this person at times being very idealistic, of this person at times feeling like there's a large amount of emotional fulfillment that they get from this connection, of this person at times wanting to move this connection forward but never quite doing so. And I also feel like with the Nine of Cups at times, it's a very self-centered card. And I feel like when it comes to your person, it's like they can idealize a lot about this connection, but they also want to protect and shield themselves from what they know you will call them out on. I don't know how that makes sense to you, but again, this person, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, it feels like to me, they try, but they never quite deliver. And it wouldn't really be that big of a deal if they weren't making you these types of promises to begin with, and if they weren't so self-centered. So it's kind of like if this person begins to feel taken out of their comfort zone because they know that you're not going to let them get away with things, and not like in a bit, like not like I said, saying that they're going to do, that's why I'm giving a simple example, saying that this person's going to take you out on this elaborate date night and then cook you dinner at the end of the day, and then they proceed to do nothing. Maybe they invite you over, you hang out in their bedroom, and you guys are eating hot Cheetos in bed or something, when they said that they were going to do this whole elaborate thing. It's just kind of like, this person knows that maybe this person knows they've done that too many times, And now this connection is at a point where they know that it's almost like, I don't know if the way that I'm getting the message is like in some way, shape, or form, you threaten this person. And it's not like you've threatened them like literally. It's more like you, in some way, shape, or form, like threaten their sense of self, or you threaten this like protective barrier that they've built up around themselves, or you've threatened like they have never really been called out and have never had someone kind of, let's say, expect honesty or expect certain things from them. So the fact that you do and you have no problem calling them out on it, it's almost like they don't feel like that guard they usually have up around themselves is quite working anymore. And that's the way in which you threaten them. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I said, it's not like a literal threat. It's more like you threaten like the sense of security that this person feels like they have. And I feel like part of that too, maybe part of their security blanket, is the fact that they're very trapped or in that I'm a damaged person mindset. So it's kind of like, this is how I am. I can't be expected to change. And you're expecting them to, at the very least, show up or do what they're going to say in regard to this connection. Not sure how that makes sense. That's what I'm picking up on. That's why I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. If not one part of this reading resonated with you, then it is not meant for you and you can move on with your day. But I'm hoping that for some of us who are listening to this, it makes sense to us and it resonates with us and maybe gives us some clarity. We start out with the Oracle card, the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. And I feel like with this connection, maybe for some of us, yes, maybe we've hit the point where we ourselves are done with this person. You know, like how many times can we call this person out, or how many times can we expect something different from this person before it's time for us to move on? And I feel like we're getting to a point where we have given this person chances. And this person, like I said, even if it's the stupid example that I'm giving of this elaborate dinner date, and your person continues to say he's going to do it or she's going to do it, and then they never do, it just kind of shows you that, to me, it almost becomes like a sign of disrespect. Like, you're getting me all hyped up for this. You're making me feel like you're going to do something really nice for me. And then you don't deliver on it at all. Not even a little bit. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's disrespectful. Like, in my opinion, you know, that becomes a little disrespectful. Like, don't make promises that you can't keep, or don't paint the prettiest picture of the prettiest picnic and then not be able to even remotely try to deliver it. And I feel like that's what's been happening within this connection. The grow and transform your life, I almost feel like it's twofold. Like, you have been like, screw this. Like, this person is very stuck in their way and stuck in their own way, to the point where I don't care how this person feels about me, or this person could feel any type of way about me that they want. They're still stuck in that bubble. And I feel like for them, it's time for this person to, let's say, grow up and transform their life. Like, it's time for them. I feel like one of the biggest things with this person, aside from at times just being like disrespectful, is their insecurities. And that they're very stuck in their own way when it comes to their insecurities. And I feel like that's the major thing that this person needs to work on. Again, not sure if that makes sense. So let's keep it rolling. Okay, we have the card, not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call, or person, boundaries, and still angry. And to be honest, I kind of feel like part of that could be just this situation as a whole. Like, one of the main things that has been coming up here is that this person doesn't like the fact that, or knows that you're the type of person that's going to call them out on their BS. And they don't want to deal with it. You know, they don't want to be told they could do a million things wrong, but they don't want to hear what's wrong with them. And I feel like the Nine of Cups, for some reason, the Nine of Cups usually brings me like nice cheesy messages, but here the Nine of Cups is bringing me the other side of the Nine of Cups, where it's representative of somebody that's all about themselves. And it's representing somebody that's like all about themselves or self-centered. Basically the same thing. Like basically saying the same thing twice here, but whatever. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. When it comes to your person, like your person doesn't want to hear about the ways in which they've hurt you. Your person wants to feed you a line or two and hope that you're going to go back on the hook. That's more so what I get from this reading. Okay, we have one date. And this card is basically about, like, give it at least one date. It takes time to get to know someone. Take a chance. Switch up your type. And I feel like maybe that's what this person, when it comes to the Grim Reaper card, bringing up no second chances, I feel like this person at times rolls back through and they just want that one more chance. Oh, like, and I feel like, again, that's heavily dependent on how this connection was and who this person is to you, how long you've known this person, etc., and so on. So that especially might not resonate for everyone. But for some of us, maybe this is someone that, again, we've given chance after chance to. And now it's just how many more chances, like how much more do I have to bend before I break? And I feel like you're not in that mode anymore of, let me keep bending and bending and bending. Let me keep getting disrespected by this person. No, you're the Queen of Swords right now. You're not fucking with this person anymore. Let's get one last card. And we have the card Separation. So, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. I feel like for many of us, perhaps, yes, again, the relationship is over, the connection is over, we're done giving this person chance after chance. I feel like even with the missing you, thinking about you, etc., I feel like even that, again, I feel like this person still has, whatever the case might be, romantic feelings for you. So you are on this person's mind. They are missing you. They are thinking about you. But at the same time, they know that they have screwed up so many times within this connection that it's past the point of them deserving another chance. And I feel like just overall, you're perhaps out of chances to give. I hope that this makes sense for those of us who it is meant for. There was a lot of stuff coming out here. So, like I said, if it doesn't resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. Please do not try to make it fit to your situation if a lot of it ain't making sense. Thank you so much, my pile ones, for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, pile 2, my amethyst pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking and feeling about you. What is on their mind in regard to you and in regard to the connection that you both share. Okay, how are they currently thinking and feeling about you? We lost a card to the floor, and that card is the Ace of Cups. Excellent. Ace of Cups. We have Four of Cups, so they're pretty slow in their movement forward. We have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Eight of Cups, which to me, I feel like is going to signify that this person's making positive movement forward, even if at times it feels like they are taking their sweet-ass time to do so. So we start out with the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is indicative of a new romantic relationship. It's indicative of romantic feelings. And it's also indicative of something that might be fresher or newer. If that doesn't exactly resonate with you, then it could, of course, mean that you and your person like to keep things new or keep things fresh within the connection, or that the bond between the both of you is growing and deepening as we speak. So the Ace of Cups, it's indicative of those romantic feelings. To me, that would bring up pretty strong romantic feelings that this person wants to move things forward. But then we move forward to the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is a card of missed opportunities. The Four of Cups at times can be stagnation. So there's certain periods of time within this connection between you and your person where things seem to be moving along quite smoothly, and then you seem to hit some road bumps. And one thing that particularly comes to mind, although obviously take what resonates and leave the rest because this obviously won't resonate for everyone, but it even brings to mind for me that some of us are maybe, or we've been with our person for a hot minute and we're waiting to get engaged. Like things are going very well within our connection, but that hurdle, let's say that like, okay, like when are you going to pop the question? Like we've been together for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. When is it going to happen? And that might be, let's say, a fraction of the people who are watching this. But for me, that came out very, very strongly here. That there's got to be at least one person that's watching this or might tune into it that's more so waiting for their person to pop the question because of how strongly the message is coming through. But for others, for maybe the rest of us, maybe those who are not that person waiting to get proposed to me, there's just a strong indication, of course, of waiting to get asked out or waiting to move the connection forward. And it seems like we've been waiting forever. For some of us, of course, it could be days or weeks, and we're just wondering, like, what the hell's going on here? Even some of us, maybe that just went on a first date with this person. Why all of a sudden does it seem to be at a standstill? For some of us, I feel like, too, that have been dealing with this person and dealing with them consistently. It's just kind of like, okay, things are going so well within our connection. Why do we just seem to be stuck at this point? Like, why are we stuck in this sort of weird friends who have feelings for each other stage? Or why are we stuck in this situationship when neither one of us are seeing other people, but we're not quite exclusive yet, etc., and so on? Whatever the case might be, it feels like to me, with the Ace of Cups and then the Knight of Cups as well, that there are very strong feelings taking place within this connection. There's a lot of love that the both of you have for one another, or of course a lot of depending on how long the two of you have known each other. But there also seems to be a fair bit of stagnation with that Four of Cups. There seems to be a bit of missed opportunities here, or wondering when the heck is our person going to make that positive movement forward and get us out of this stagnant period of time. And I do feel like that is clearing up here because we move forward to the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Cups. The Knight of Cups to me is indicative of a romantic gesture. That can be an indication of the person that's listening to this waiting to get proposed to, that we are soon into the near future going to get that engagement ring that we've been waiting for. And for the rest of us, waiting to get asked out or waiting to move the connection forward, waiting to become boyfriend and girlfriend, that's also seeming to be something that's coming about rather soon into the near future. It seems like there's been this period of stagnation. I feel like a huge part of that too when it comes to your person's thoughts and feelings about the matter is that it's not even so much like things have been going. To me, it feels more like your person feeling like as well. And again, maybe this is similarly to how you've been feeling. Like things are going so well within this connection at this point in time that it's kind of like your person's just waiting on taking it to the next step, whatever that next step might be. But it's not meant to take away from the way that they feel about you, or it's not meant to be an indication that things are never going to move forward to whatever the next step is within this coupling. It's more just like part of it, of course, could be the Four of Cups will bring up things like depression or anxiety. It'll bring up like fear of taking that next step. And another thing, another huge thing it'll bring up is comfort zone. So you and this person could have this comfort zone with one another. And I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Even, let's say, if the both of you have been together for a while and you're waiting on that engagement ring, the two of you have your routine. The two of you are very comfortable. Your person feels very comfortable. And it's like moving forward to that next step could be something that they're fearful of, but it's also something that disrupts the comfort that is derived from this connection. Even if it's a good thing, it seems as though there's still some apprehension, and that apprehension is more so fearfulness that's taking place here. At least that's what I'm picking up on. And the same thing goes for, let's say, if we are like friends with benefits or situation shipping with this person, it's the same thing. It's like the two of you have that comfort level together right now. And part of it, I feel like, is your person thinking, why are we going to fuck up a good thing? Like, it's good right now, but does she or he really want to move forward to the next step? Am I going to disrupt the good thing that we've got going here by trying to make this more than it is? Or are we on the same page, etc., and so on? And I feel like those are the kinds of thoughts that your person is grappling with. And I feel like the same thing, of course, could be taking place if we're not in a situationship, or if we're not friends with benefits with this person. It's the same thing, or maybe even more so if the two of you are friends, where this person could be fearful of rejection, fearful of this friendship that the two of you have with one another, and like disrupting that. Disrupting that comfort zone, disrupting that chemistry that the both of you have together, if you or they are to try to move this forward. And I feel like those are just kind of, they're not like deep woven fears, but I feel like that's the cause of the majority of the stagnancy that at times has been taking place in this connection. But this connection doesn't feel like stuck to me. It feels like there's been a period of stagnancy, but that period of stagnancy is not something that is never going to move forward, if that makes sense. Either way you slice it, let's just focus on the Knight of Cups and the fact that the Knight of Cups is indicative of a romantic gesture, could be indicative of a proposal, could be indicative of asking you out, could be indicative of making positive movement forward or deepening the level of commitment within a connection. Thus, whichever side of this many-sided coin that you are on, things are moving forward within this connection. And it seems as though they're happening on your person's side. Your person's going to get over quite quickly, perhaps into the near future, whatever is making them stagnant, whether it's a fear of rejection, whether it's a fear of disrupting the comfort zone, whether it's a fear of disrupting the dynamic already in existence between the two of you. They are wanting to move this forward because they're getting to that point of feeling like they really need to take the chance, that they have very strong feelings for you, and that it would be a disservice to them to not make the positive movement forward that they feel they need to make at this point in time. And that Eight of Cups to me is indicative of positive movement forward. Three of my favorite words, that Eight of Cups rather, is indicative to me of this person wanting to, let's say the Eight of Cups has been coming through for me a lot with the message of moving away from what no longer serves us and moving forward toward what does. So to me, this person's moving away from what is no longer serving them in the sense of whatever's causing them this stagnancy, whatever fear or anxiety they have, whatever hesitancy or apprehension they're feeling. They're moving away from those types of, let's say, self-limiting beliefs or those fears or those anxieties that they are having because they're recognizing they no longer serve them, and they are making that positive movement forward that they need to make forward toward you, which they feel this relationship or this connection that they have with you is something that serves them, and it is something that can continue to grow and to expand between the both of you. Let's get some oracle cards out here. My pile twos for any additional messages about this connection. Okay, we had a couple cards try to come out, but we ended up getting the wedding rings card jumping out. So my person, hopefully people that are listening to this that are like, when the hell is this person gonna propose to me? I feel like it's coming very soon into the near future. And for the rest of us, it's again a strong indication with that wedding rings card that this person, whether you are friends or friends with benefits or in some other type of complicated situation with this person, it seems as though this person's wanting to move things forward with you because they do see that there could be a long-term, stable commitment between you both. So for some of us, it's just another indication of this person making positive movement forward. For others, I feel like, yes, we've been wondering when the hell is this going to happen because things are feeling kind of stagnant within our connection right now. And I feel like if you've been waiting for the ring, it is coming rather soon into the near future. We have the card, The Real Deal. And The Real Deal says, they see your light, a total keeper, genuine, compatible, authentic, healthy, a good choice. And I feel like that's something that's taken place within this connection. I feel like the two of you see one another's lights. I feel like the both of you are having there's a lot going, let's say, for this connection. You know, this connection as a whole has a lot going for it. Okay, I feel like there's mutual feelings between the both of you. I feel like the two of you might not be, for some of us, of course, we might not be privy to the fact that we're on the same page about the other person, but we are. And I feel like especially for these newer, fresher connections, the more that you and your person begin to open up to one another, the more that you're going to see how compatible the two of you are, the more that you're going to see how authentic the other person is, the more that you're going to see that this connection is one which is a healthy and good choice for both of you. So I do hope that that makes sense. And of course, for those of us that have been with this person for a hot minute, even if we've been with this person just because we're friends or friends with benefits, and especially those of us where we keep getting these like wedding bells going off, whatever the case might be, we already know that there's a genuine connection between us and this person. We already know that we are compatible. You know, we already know that, you know, this is a healthy, good choice of a partner because we've been dealing with this person and we know that there's like love or a very strong like in existence between the both of us. Okay, we have the card Sunshine. Good vibes, happy times, positive attitude, things going well. The answer is yes. And I feel like, again, there have definitely been some good vibes and some happy times within this connection. I feel like the feelings that you have for one another are strong. Feelings that you have for one another are real. And I feel like what's mainly stagnant here is whatever the movement forward is. Whether it's something like getting engaged, whether it's something like getting asked out, whether it's something like becoming exclusive. That's something that's coming within this connection, but there's certainly been some stagnancy between one and the other, let's say. Like between whatever step we're at right now and whatever step we want to make the movement forward toward, there's certainly been stagnancy between both of those two steps. But in the meantime, as I've been saying throughout this reading, there's been very good times between us and this person. Like I said, it becomes that message of like, things are going so well between us. Like, why aren't we engaged? Or things are going so well between us. Why aren't we exclusive yet? And again, I feel like a large part of that has to do with whatever comfort zone the two of you all have gotten into with how it is that you are right now. You know, part of like, I guess, again, the fear or anxiety that's coming from this person has to deal with that disruption of the comfort zone or disruption of the friendship, disruption of whatever the good times are that the both of you want to keep rolling right now. And I feel like that's maybe some anxiety or fear on your person's part that they're going to have to just get through themselves. But I also feel like the stagnancy is also allowing for this person to gain the perspective that they need. And part of that perspective that they need is that their feelings that the both of you have for one another are genuine. And that you two moving forward and making that next step toward your futures together and starting your lives together isn't going to disrupt anything. It's only bringing the two of you closer to living a happy and fulfilling life together. And let's get one more card out here today. What was this falling into my lap? We have the Cheers card. But first, I just need to show that the engagement ring card was at the bottom of the deck. So, really with both, like this new beginnings, anniversary, milestones, date, celebration, meeting new people and happiness. Obviously, I feel like it's more the new beginnings and the anniversary. You know, maybe, again, maybe we're finally becoming exclusive. Now we have our official anniversary date. Maybe we're finally getting asked out on a date by this person. Whatever the case might be, my pile twos, it just seems as though this connection, there's been a period of stagnancy, but we are certainly making positive movement forward when it comes to this connection. The engagement ring showing up on the bottom of the deck, I do not feel like was a mistake. You know, it's just crazy. We keep getting this message of engagement. So I do hope that there's somebody out there that maybe turned this on, has maybe been feeling like things have getting a bit stagnant. When the heck is my person going to do this? And I feel like it's definitely on their mind, and I feel like it is definitely coming up very soon into the near future. I hope that that makes sense, my pile twos. No matter what side of these coins you were on, it does seem like this person has very strong feelings for you, and they are planning on making positive movement forward, even if there has been some stagnancy. Thank you so much, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful weekend. Hello, pile 3, my snowflake obsidian pile. Let's take a look at what your person is currently thinking and feeling about you. My pile 3s, what is your person currently thinking and feeling about you and about the connection that you both share? Okay, let's see, my pile 3s, what is on your person's mind? We start out with the Empress. A beautiful place to begin. We have Temperance joining her. We have the Queen of Cups jumping out next. And we have the Sun. So what a freaking lineup we've got here. Immediately starting out with the Empress, there is a very strong indication that this person is super attracted to you. This person finds you to be very physically attractive. This person also finds you to be someone who's incredibly nurturing, kind, caring, empathetic. And the Queen of Cups backs up a lot of this, as does, to be honest, the Temperance and the Sun. So I would say this person has very strong feelings about you, and a lot of what's coming through here as far as their thoughts and feelings is about you and, you know, how they feel about you, how your personality is, physical attraction as well. What's coming out here is really like a lot of things that, like I said, they find attractive about you. So the Empress, to me, it's also going to bring up, though, the Empress, that this connection is one where this person feels very stable and secure within it. This person, as I said, feels very comfortable around you. They feel very safe and secure with you. And I feel like a huge part of that is because you've been able to, let's say, in some ways, maybe give them guidance. You've been able to hold space for them. You yourself have opened up to them, and that's led the way for them to be able to open up to you, etc., and so on. When it comes to that Empress, they're looking at you as somebody that they can settle down with. They look at you as marriage material. I feel like, again, the Empress, it's going to highlight the physical attraction that they have toward you. Just all in all, this person has some very strong romantic feelings for you, and there's a deep level of attraction that they have toward you as well. We move forward to the Temperance card, and the Temperance card, to me, first and foremost, it's going to bring up that this person feels like the connection itself is very balanced. They might look at you, especially with the Queen of Cups next to it, as being somebody who's very emotionally mature, somebody who's very emotionally grounded, someone who themselves is very balanced. And that brings a lot of balance into the connection. The Temperance card, at times for me, it'll bring up perspective, and in that regard, it's being able to give one another perspective. So I get this indication here throughout this, and as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. If this does not sound like a marker of your connection, then perhaps this reading is not meant for you. But I do feel like the two of you really open up to one another. I feel like the two of you, maybe not all the times, let's say, about like romantic feelings, but I do feel like there's a very strong bond between the both of you. The two of you have been there for one another. You've been supportive of one another. You've vented to each other and confided in one another. There's this deep level of comfort that exists between the both of you. And for some of us that are listening to this, maybe at this point in time, we're just friends or colleagues with this person. But for others, it does seem as though, of course, we've been more than that when it comes to this connection. Whatever the case might be, I feel like this person really cares about you so much, almost to the extent where I could say this person's, in love with you, or this person's fallen for you or is falling for you. This person just seems to have such a deep level of care about you. And I feel like a large part of that is because of the way in which you treat them. This person feels like you treat them with the utmost of love, respect, care, kindness, etc. There's just a lot of beautiful things about how this person feels about you throughout this reading. And again, for me, it's implying that there's a deep level of care between you both. That there's a deep connection that's in existence between the both of you already. And whatever form it may be in, like I said, if it's as friends for the current time or for the time being, or if the two of you are already exploring being a couple with one another, it's just strongly indicated here that there's a deep level of care, of love, and of support between you both. Okay, I thought I was about to have to pause because my cat is, well, now I might have to pause to get him out of here. So now he's tugging on the thing that I have on the table here, but maybe he'll be good. Maybe. A very strong maybe. We move forward to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is, as I said, very emotionally mature and emotionally grounded. Queen of Cups will bring up physical beauty yet again, so this person's very attracted to you physically, but it says even more so, the Queen of Cups, I feel, about our personalities, okay? Empathetic, supportive, kind, caring, loving. This person really looks at you in such a beautiful light. They see nothing but comfort, kindness, support, and care. They see nothing but love between the both of you. And I feel like when it comes to the romantic feelings that the two of you have for one another, these romantic feelings are being explored. These romantic feelings for the majority of us, let's say, are being spoken about. And if not, that's something that's coming up very soon within this connection, because the bond that the two of you share with one another is so strong. I feel like too, like there's this magnetic chemistry between the both of you. There's a lot of chemistry, but there's just so much care here between you both. Like there's so much caringness and love between the both of you that it's just radiating off of these cards. Like I said at the top, like what a lineup to get here. We finish off with the Sun, and the Sun is a card of openness and authenticity. It's also a card of things coming to light. So I feel like, again, for some of us, this is moving forward, like very obviously so, this is moving forward. So for those of us that maybe we are still in the friend stage with this person, or the talking stage, this is a connection that's growing and evolving. The two of you are opening up to one another more and more. I feel like with the Sun, this is yet again going to highlight that we are very open and authentic with each other. And I also feel like with the Sun, there's that, again, feeling of comfort. There's a feeling of us being able to be our most authentic self around our person, and our person certainly feeling that way about us. Not only that, but the last thing that I want to say is, yet again, physical attraction and attraction to your personality. You know, that this person thinks you have a great sense of humor. They're really attracted to your personality, but they're also very physically attracted to you as well. So there's physical and emotional intimacy that's being built within this connection. And maybe one of the last things that I want to say about this beautiful grouping of cards is just that you and this person really seem to be closely connected. That you and this person seem to look at one another as marriage material, that this is someone that you feel or see yourself having a very long-term relationship with, and obviously vice versa. This person feels like the two of you will be able to learn together and grow together throughout time. This person feels like the two of you are really building something together. And overall, this person's looking to make this connection much more stable and secure but I already feel like, though, there's a lot of stability and security here. There's a lot of comfort, care, love, etc., as I've been saying. So all in all, this seems to be such a beautiful connection. There seems to be a lot of compatibility. There seems to be core values and life goals in common. And the first card to jump out is What a Catch. Okay, so what a catch, an ideal partner or mate, abundance, self-esteem, value. The answer is yes, and marriage material. And I do, as I was literally just saying, the two of you look at one another as marriage material. The two of you want to continue to exist within this connection and see where it goes. The two of you feel like you have found your match, basically. And I would say, too, when it comes to the value on that card, the amount that the two of you value one another and respect one another is completely out of this world. We have the Ascending card. Transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. Again, some of us might be preparing to get into a relationship with this person. For some of us, we might already have been exploring that possibility. Whatever the case might be, any obstacle, like this has even the cards themselves have very obstacles and blocks or lifted types of vibes. But again, we get this indication of the two of you learning together, growing together, expanding together, experiencing together. It just seems as though this is a connection that can really withstand the test of time. And I feel like a huge part of that is the amount of love. And even more so, let's say, the amount of care and the amount of security that the two of you get from this connection. So I hope that this is making sense for those of us who it is meant for, because it really is such a lovely little spread that we have done here today. Let's get two more cards. We have I Like You. So again, well, this card's positive in and of itself. I like you, romance is blooming, fun, flirting, and wanting to date. I feel like, again, for some of us, this could be someone that maybe we are currently just friends with. But we have that foundation of a friendship where we've grown to feel comfortable and secure in one another's presence. We have that foundation of a friendship where we've come to love and care and be supportive of one another, and so on and so forth. And I feel like the feelings between the both of you have continuously bloomed and blossomed throughout time, and that's something that still has the potential of growing because of how willing the two of you are to learn with one another. You know, because of how willing, or not even the willingness of it all, but like the care that the two of you have for one another, I feel like it's something that's really allowing for the two of you to learn and grow throughout time with one another. You know, like the two of you very clearly have an unbreakable, unspeakable, magnetic bond between you both. And this is just something that I feel is going to continuously evolve throughout time. And for many of us, I feel like this connection has been in existence, and this connection has been already evolving throughout the time that the two of you have known one another. And let's get one last card out here, my pile threes. And we have, of all cards, the Twin Flames card. So I'm not a really huge Twin Flame person to the point where I'm knowledgeable about them. But this card says yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. And I do feel like the two of you absolutely complement one another. I do feel like from what we see here that this connection, like that the two of you potentially are soulmates. I feel like the two of you look at one another as life partners or being potential life partners to one another. Again, it seems as though the two of you have met your match. Okay, it seems as though the two of you are, especially if you're not already, very quickly moving forward into union with one another. And that the both of you, the amount of love and care that you both have with one another is, you know, already building and has already built the foundation of this connection between you both. There's such a deep level of attraction, of care, of support, of love that seems to be in existence within this connection. And your person is just absolutely, like, again, I feel like I said this before too, that I feel like I don't really have a problem saying it, especially with the cards that have jumped out here today. I don't really have a problem saying, yeah, of course, for some of us, depending on how long we've known this person, it's absolutely, and I like you. It's not like I love you. That like very, very quick into the connection, of course, obviously, from many connections, but I don't really have a problem with the cards that have jumped out here today to be like, this person is absolutely in love with you, and you seem to be very much so in love with them. There's such a deep level of love and care that the two of you seem to have one another, and I really do hope that this resonates. I hope that this reached whoever it is meant for, and I especially, let's say, wish you guys the best, because it seems as though this connection is one which could last a lifetime. My pile threes, thank you so much for allowing me to do such a beautiful little spread, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day.